Many of us gave our lives for a European war which we had actually nothing to do with. We did not have to come. We came. We came when we were needed. We came and helped to change the ethos of the war. I was born in Jamaica, in Kingston, Jamaica, many years ago, and we had a family of 5. And after leaving junior school, I went to a college where I graduated, and after graduation I got a job in a newspaper company doing adverts. I lived with a mother who was she was a Christian, very devout, Presbyterian, and I just abode by what she said to me, one of the young, responsible young child, doing what my parents told me to do. Oh, we knew all the kings and queens going back to Henry VIII and their forefathers. The knowledge we were taught was all about England. Every Jamaican knew wherever factories in Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds and so forth. We knew, and Bristol, we knew all about England. We go to the theatre, we stand to attention, sang God Save the Queen. We had all the national holidays, we pay respect to royalty, and we knew nothing. We didn't have a national flag. Naturally, Jamaica and the West Indies were not independent countries, and our loyalty to the crown was solid. There's nothing else. We're British. The language is British. We taught all the mannerism of the English society without realizing that we are not really British citizens. We were British subjects. The people of Jamaica did not realize there was a difference between being citizens and subjects. There was a scarcity of manpower in Britain, so I suppose George V then told Churchill and passed a regulation to allow people from the colonies to come to Britain, because at that time non-Europeans were not allowed into Britain. There was an advertisement in the local paper which was called The Gleaner. We just read it and decided, well, go and fill a gap, get in there and do something useful. I was a young person, like every young man, adventure, knowledge. Why sit around and do nothing when you can do something useful? Just got on there, joined up, go to the mother country, and got myself a uniform, got on the ship, got through the Atlantic Ocean, which was submarine infested, German submarines I'm talking about. The ship wasn't sunk, and I reached England, luckily for me, after about 5 or 6 weeks. We didn't realize people were dying left, right, and center in Britain. We didn't know about area shuttlers, we didn't know about bombs, we didn't know about guns, and I'm coming to England without knowing why I'm there. Because in true realization, one never realized war was horrific. I had no views about what I put in myself forward to. I'd never seen snow in all my life. We don't have snow in the West Indies. We don't have snow in Jamaica. We see snow on the postcards, Christmas cards. That's the first time I saw snow in all my life. I've never felt cold in Jamaica. When we got here, we had on 2 pullovers and about 5 blankets. We were issued with blankets. I didn't know. And we had one coke fire in the center of the hut to warm about 30 people, 30 men sleeping in the hut. And there was no running water, and there's no modern toilets. There are toilets built far away in long rows. There are no privacy in the toilet. There are showers to shower 10, 12, 15 men at a time. There was very little light in there with one bulb. There was no flow of hot water. This luxury we live in today is a godsend luxury. We have modern showers in today's living. It was a complete different world. No hanging about. This is the services, not a picnic camp. We were marched to the reception, the canteen, as it was called, the dining room the next morning. English breakfast, long tables, we all sat together, march, go to canteen services, take up whatever we wanted, whatever was provided, although we had rations, so to speak. Some of the food I've never seen, sausage I've never seen in all my life. I never seen sprouts in all my life. Some of the food, the porridge, you got accustomed to porridge. You drank it because you had it because you were there. You had to learn to have porridge and bread. I think West Indians miss their rice and peas and the sugar. I think they did miss that. I think at one stage the government did make a special release for us to have sugar and rice. In the outside civilian world, most English people have never seen a black person in their lives, and they're much surprised that they didn't realize that we spoke English. Much they're surprised that we could write English, and we also had a memory, and we could lead and run the businesses like every other human being. There were a lot of fallacies went on in those days. The language of yesterday is not the language of today. Everything was military trained, Milton directive, and you did your job and produced the productivity that you could, and the requirements is laid down, because you're not waiting for Hitler to overrun Britain. You're waiting to get your aircraft off the ground to do the work which they were built for. And we all stood there, all men together. We saw no difference between my color and the other color, or the people without color. Some Royal Air Force bases had great big squadrons or great big detachments of West Indian servicemen. I was the 39th man to join the Royal Air Force from Jamaica. So therefore, the officers had 40 people to distribute among the English crew in each billet, and he put a West Indian in every hut, military hut, on the camp. A lot of West Indians went into motor transport and motor mechanics, and then another lot went into what was called aircraft finishing, means camouflaging aircraft bodies, paint and spraying. Dying for a country that was far away from Jamaica, but because we were then what is called loyal citizens of the British Empire, and if the mother needed us, we responded, and so out of loyalty and love of the nation and the governments of this country, we came from the West Indies, and I suppose from Africa and other parts of the world, from India, and paid tribute and gave our lives. Many of us gave our lives for a European war which we had actually nothing to do with. We did not have to come. We came. We came when we were needed. We came and helped to change the ethos of the war. In Britain, every child should know the history of the past about the West Indies, Africa, India, and the 2 million people who came from India or were in India and who died for the British, the people from Africa who died for the British.